We have all seen the homes on the market listed as fixer, cash, lots of potential. And if you're approved for a traditional loan, you may have overlooked these properties in your search, believing that your lender would not approve these types of properties or that you needed to have expendable cash to renovate these homes. Would you be surprised to know that there is a loan that ties both the purchase of the home and the renovation work all into one loan? That you can leverage the bank's money to update a home and make it your own with as low as 3.5% down? Join me today as I talk about rehab loans, what they are, how they work, and stick around to the end when I explain how they can make you competitive against cash buyers. In a market where the housing inventory is so minimal, looking outside the box may be the answer to expanding your home search options. If you are looking to expending a bit more energy than buying a move-in ready home, this loan may be for you. What is a rehab loan? A rehab loan, also referred to as a renovation loan, is a loan in which you combine both the purchase of the home or your refinance loan amount along with the costs that lay ahead to renovate, remodel a home, all into 30-year fixed loan. Depending on the loan type, these loans can be used for single-family homes, second homes, multifamily homes if one of the units will be owner-occupied, and single-unit investment properties. In almost all cases, these loans will not work for homes that are in a form of its initial phase of construction and never been approved by the city or county for occupancy. There are a few specific cases that a lender has been known to waive this if the home is over 90% completed, but it's loan type and lender specific for these approvals. In all cases, manufactured homes of any nature do not qualify. The loan allows for anything that will add value and address any health and safety concerns. Want to add a bathroom, a bedroom, or remodel the kitchen in the house? Does the well or septic need to be updated? Is the foundation an issue? Do you need to update old cracked windows, remove lead-based paint, or remediate mold? There are so many options. There are some stipulations though. You cannot add a hot tub or a pool or anything that's considered a luxury item. Those are not included. Many of the purchase steps for a rehab loan are similar to a traditional purchase, though there are a few complexities added to the process. As is always, first, apply for and get pre-qualified for a loan. If you know that you are going to be going the route of renovating or fixing a home, it's imperative that your next step be to find a licensed and insured general contractor to help you with this project. The contractor needs to be one that is willing to take on the extra logistics of being involved with the lender, and two, aware that unless you have money in the bank to front payments to the contractor and then get refunded by the lender, the contractor needs to understand the lender's payment structure. Many times not being paid out until a week or two after the lender's inspector has approved the completed task and given the approval to move on to the next project. For those of you licensed in construction, HVAC, electrical, plumbing, anything, you cannot do the work on the home yourself. If you are a licensed contractor, there are possibilities that the general contractor you hire may be able to hire you for some of the jobs, but this is something that you will need to talk with your specific lender about. Now you have a pre-approval and a contractor. It's time to start shopping for a home, find a home, offer on a home, and get an acceptance from the seller. Your realtor, and if you're buying in the Yamhill or Polk County areas here in Oregon, call me. I would love to have the chance to be that person and walk you through the process. We'll have written an extended inspection window greater than the typical timeline of most purchases, giving you the opportunity to have your contractor out to the house to determine what needs to be done along with what you are wanting done on the home. The contractor will put together a bid for the costs expected and submit this to the lender. The lender will review the bid, order the appraiser to go out and take a look at the house, and provide a report of what the value is expected to be after all of the work is complete. And if your loan is one of the two FHA 203K loans, which I will break down shortly, the lender will also coordinate for the HUD consultant to look everything over. Once the lender is satisfied that the property will be able to be sold for a value that they can recapture their money, then the loan process is similar to a typical purchase, in which the underwriter reviews and approves the final loan. Loan documents are sent to the title company for you to sign, and then you close. Work typically needs to start on the home within 30 days of closing, and the lender does try to guide the process to be completed within 6 months. Though, as we all know, if there's anything that we can count on from the last 2 years, it's that we can't count on anything being normal. Everything may go smooth as silk, or it may not. You may encounter stressful moments, and you should be aware or prepared for that. There are 4 types of rehab loans: the limited, the standard, the conventional, and the private lending backed rehab loan. The first 2, the limited and the standard, are FHA 203K loans that require a minimum of 3.5% of the final amount put down at closing plus closing costs. As they are FHA loans, they are held to standard FHA requirements, must be your owner-occupied property, and been issued an occupancy permit at some point in its existence. This is also inclusive of 1 to 4 unit properties, so duplexes, triplexes, and quadplexes are all valid as long as you will be living in one of the units. The other FHA requirement for both the limited and standard 203K loans is that they must adhere to FHA loan limits as allowed in the county that the home is located in. This is an amount that's set by the government each year. Loan limits not only vary by county, but also in how many units there are on a property. For example, here in Yamhill County, the 2022 FHA loan limit is $598,000 for a single family home. You can see with 2, 3, and 4 unit properties, the loan limits increase. In Polk County, the 2022 FHA loan limit is $420,680. You can see the same, that the max loan amount rises if there are more units in the building. I will put a link in the comments down below for the HUD.gov page where you can find your county no matter where you are in the United States and look up the amount. As a reminder, the loan amount will be inclusive of the purchase price, or the loan amount if you're financing if you already live in the home, the repair work budget, and a small contingency amount, typically 10% in the event that the repairs go over budget. The FHA 203K limited loan allows up to $35,000 in repairs, and the standard loan is not limited in construction costs other than the final loan amount cannot exceed the maximum FHA loan amount set for the county that the home is in. As these 2 loans are in the FHA parameters, meaning they are government backed, they many times require a HUD consultant to be involved through the process. The HUD consultant will review the contractor's bid amounts and the appraiser's appraisal and notes to determine 2 things. 1, in protection of the lender, determine if there are additional required items that need to be taken care of during the rehab that are not already addressed in the bids. And then 2, in protection of you, will make sure that the contractor's bids are realistic for the job that is being done, both in time and in cost. Having the HUD consultant does add a small cost to the final closing costs, and is something that your lender can quote for you in your specific area. Phew. I know that was a lot already, so take a break, grab a cup of coffee or something good, and come back to join me for part 2, where I will go over the other 2 loan types that are less constrictive. They allow for second home investors, in addition to owner-occupied properties, and how these loans can make you competitive against cash buyers. Click the like button to let me know if you found this interesting thus far. It helps me, and I will see you there.